Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your OK to Advertise class. I'm Connie Nieto. This is a wonderful class to learn how you can share listings from the MLS. To explain to you the OK to Advertise process, I want to invite you to come into your page, Miami Realtors, and we're going to click over to the MLS. I'm going to invite you to click on MLS Policy and Procedures, and I've gone in and already found an area here on OK to Advertise. OK to advertise is a pick list, right? And you can have OK to advertise with broker approval. Okay, broker permission to OK to advertise. And that's actually a form, right, that is on our MLS page. How many of you are interested in being able to share listings? How to create searches in the MLS for OK to advertise and how to know what to share. Hopefully that's what brought you to the class today. If I come back in here, there's also an OK to advertise. So if any of you is a broker, I'm going to come in here and search for the OK to advertise. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. And this is actually a form where the office is the one who initiates the OK to advertise, right? And they make the decision to be able to allow these to occur at office level. And then it is keyed in, and then the listing agent then decides, right, with the brokerage. And you could put attribution not required, attribution required, etc. What does attribution not required mean? That when it is shared, you do not have to say courtesy of the listing brokerage or things to the listing brokerage. If it says attribution required, then you do have to say courtesy of the listing brokerage, right? If it tells you no or it is blank, that means that nothing has been decided and the office does not participate. Where do you see these in the MLS? Well, anytime you open a listing, it is in the listing information. So let's navigate there. When you come into Matrix, right? When you come into Matrix and let's say you search for a listing, I'm going to go ahead and click on a listing I already have. Let's see one here. And I'm going to pick on any. Right? You see your listing information and we start to scroll down. The OK to advertise is right here. And notice that this one says yes, attribution required. Yes, attribution required. If it were blank, it means no decision has been made. If it said no, it means no, you could not advertise. If it said yes, attribution not required, it would mean you could share it without the listing brokerage. Now, the interesting part about this class is, well, Connie, how can I find these? How can I come into the MLS and see it? And then what products and services can I possibly use to be able to share these with ease? So let's come back into our homepage in Matrix and show you. First, I want to mention to you that you have favorite searches. So I'm going to come and look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 of them right now, right? So I'm going to come in and clean mine a second. Right? Give me 1 second here. So I can make some space. You have the right to have 10 favorite searches. How many of you, let me see that chat light up, make use of your favorite searches? Right? And they really should be for you. See. Good morning. Welcome. I didn't take a time today. Where are you guys taking the class from? I'd love to see where you guys are taking the class from. Okay, I did that to clear some of mine so I can show you how to do these OK to advertise. Excellent. For Lauderdale, Hollywood, Miami. And this is one of the wonders of Zoom. right? We can be in so many locations, North Miami, Broward, excellent. Love Zoom too. So what we're going to do here for the OK to advertise is show you how you could add this to your search. So you could do one for all OK to advertise. So if you're interested in seeing everything like I have set up here. And for that, you could initiate a search and do cross property, quick. So search cross property, quick. And this is a search of everything that's available. You can choose to look at active or inactive with contract. And you could come to the additional fields and choose to add OK to advertise. If you do not have it currently here, all you need to do is next to additional fields, click on add remove. And on the available fields, go ahead and put OK to advertise. It will pop up, select it, and then click to add. It will then appear under your selected fields, and this will remain in your search. When I click back, of course, it's going to be now under my searches. So if you wanted those properties that do have yes, you would select one, and then you would have to click on the control key, which is CTRL, or the command key, and select the next one. And that's how you could get everything. So you would click on results, and now you have a search of everything that is active or active with contract. Some of you may just want the active, so we could come back to the criteria. Just select the active, click on results. Now, Jonathan, there are rules about that because OK to advertise really means that you can write about them. The pictures belong to the listing. So you still need to reach out if you want to use the photos, you have to reach out to the listing brokerages. But, and that's the limits that I'm discussing, right? No. And one of the reasons being is what I'm going to teach you here today is actually how to share these so that they're always updated. Okay? Especially with status changes. Because the biggest issue with advertisement is, Jonathan, you post it, right? And it is not linked to the MLS. And it changes status from active to rented to closed to pending to whatever. And your advertisement still shows it as what? Active. So then it seems out there that there's more than what's actually available on the market. And that causes a huge issue. So what we're going to teach you to do is how you can share these linked to the data in the IDX, the Internet Data Exchange, so that the status is always updated and you avoid having issues. And since it's linked, you can use the pictures that are in the MLS. For mailers, that would be different. You would then have to go ahead and reach out, and you must also talk to your broker about what their policy is. Your broker about mailer policies, because they need to be aware that you're going to be sending out these mailers showing these properties that are for sale that may not be from the brokerage. Only if you use the OK to advertise the way I'm going to be showcasing it here. Okay, that's when you can use it because it's not actually advertisement. It is sharing from the IDX. What I'm doing is everything possible for you not to have an issue. Yes, it is actually better. So let's say I like this property here, right? I'm going to select it. I come and I look at it. Okay. Oh, it's in the works. It has its permits, right? Let's look next. Next. Okay. Here's a rental. Right, so I have it here. One of the things that I like to show you guys is I like to come and copy the MLS number. Copy, correct? And then I like to showcase to you guys, you could come down and click on print. Agent full if you'd like, and select to print. Okay, do you see the print on the screen here? If not, I'll go ahead and show you. Do you see the print screen? Okay, do you see how it says okay to advertise? I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to save as PDF. Save. And I would save it as the MLS number, right, that I had copied, saved. And now I have proof that when I went to advertise it, it was what? In the MLS, it said yes, right? Okay to advertise. Yes. So this is what I like to call you taking care of you. I've done that. I'll go back. Okay. And there are a couple of things I could do. I could actually come here and select it from here. And there is actually a share link that I could create directly in the MLS. I click the share link and I can generate a link and I can copy the URL and I'll send it here in the chat so you guys can see it. In case you want to click and open it. And then I'll open it up in a tab. Okay. And this is how it would look like to the person looking. All right. Normally, the first time they open, they see your picture in a large color and they see the property. You can also take this, open up Facebook, paste it in. And share it. Do I have any WhatsApp users? Let me make sure I didn't see some of the questions. WhatsApp users. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Give me a second here. I have my WhatsApp. Do not read my messages. Any of you use WhatsApp statuses? I can come to my status on WhatsApp and there is a pencil. The person can come in here, see my status. Oops, that's me. Hi. Can come in here, see my status, click, open it up. Let me go ahead and share so you can see. On my Facebook, here's it on Facebook, and they have to click on it. I'm going to give you several options. Now, there's other options. Okay. Have any of you taken an Agent 3000 class? All right. Well, I'm going to give you a little glimpse of it if you haven't. I'm going to go ahead and I already have the MLS copy, but I'm going to copy it again. Okay. And Before leaving Matrix, if I wanted to generate a search and always have this available to me, remember I did a search here, right? My criteria, it was a cross-property search of all active listings that are okay to advertise with yes, right, to okay to advertise. And I can come here, get my results, select a save, select new save search. Yes, G. And that's the reason I'm going to show you different ways for you to share it. Okay. That was a link directly to Matrix. So near here in my search, I could put all okay to advertise. Okay. And if I wanted to put cross property, and I can enable it as a favorite of mine, so I can always see it from the home screen. And I can do what? So this is a way for me to have it show up here. All right. Now watch the next thing. Connie, I'm not interested in all. I want just for my farm area. I could come back into my recent searches, click there, that search, and criteria. And let's say that I do only Miami-Dade County. So now I have it just for Miami-Dade. I click on results. I can save it, new save search, and I could save it just for Miami-Dade County. Connie, I just worked 6 zip codes. Let's cancel that. In my criteria, I could put the 6 zip codes. Connie, I work a map area. Click on the map, draw my map area. So you decide what area it is that you work, okay? Do you like that? Now, this was for everything, commercial, rental, etc. That may be too vast, or you may want to isolate something. So let's talk about that because I can come and do a search, RE1, RE2. Okay, and I might want to just do actives. And maybe I do single family and single. And maybe I just want in the city of Weston because that's my farm area. And I only want the okay to advertise there. I come and I get my results. I have my search, and I want this to always be with me. Okay, and I want to give you some background on this. This started in November of 2020 during pandemic. They brought back the okay to advertise. We have been teaching it since then. And we have tried to take it back to the offices, make sure that they know it's available. And more, we've seen it grow because this is another way for people to be able to use and showcase property, right? So here, what you would do is click save, new save search. Okay, to advertise single family Weston as a favorite and then save it. All right. Now I'm going to come in and look at the first one and I want to show you, Jane, this one's for you for your question. All right. Here's a property. Here are the photos. I always like to look to make sure that there's plenty of photos. Right. Now, what did I show you guys? I'm going to copy the MLS number. I'm going to come down. Okay, to advertise, attribution required. So they're asking me for attribution. I just showed you how to do the search. Did you see the search? I can't send the recordings. I probably won't be editing until Friday. I have a class after this and some stuff to do in the afternoon, but I will be posting it to the YouTube channel. Have you guys seen it? Yeah, all I want is for you to see the possibilities. And I'm showing you first how to come into Matrix and find them. First, I showed you the rules. You saw I went to the MLS. We opened up the rules. Then I showed you the okay to advertise at broker level so you guys could see where it stems from. The broker has to say yes to this. Then I've shown you how to secure yourself. So I'm going to use this one and we're going to go to Agent 3000. You like that? Now remember to add this to the search. What did I do? Under criteria, I went in and I added the field okay to advertise. And that's when I put yes. Grady's, does that answer you, Grady's? I want to be sure on that. And those I have selected, you have to add this to your additional fields. Okay. Now I'm in my results, and I did this a little more local because I wanted you to see that you could do it all, and then you could decide, I want to do rentals, I could do rentals. I want to do a city, I could do a city. I wanted to do zip codes, I could do a zip code because it has to be appropriate for what you're focusing on and what you would like to do. So I have this property. Yeah, this is a nice listing. So I thought this was, and it's nice on the eyes, correct? So I copied it. What am I going to do? I'm going to come into here, come to action, print. Okay, agent full, print a PDF. That's fine. Not going to worry about that. I'll go ahead and click print. Grady's, what you're talking about is something that you have to discuss in your office. That is an office rule for your office. So your office would have to change it. So save as a PDF, right? Click save, matrix, and I'm going to add in the MLS number, and I saved it. This is my document for me. That's perfect. I come back to results. I have my listing here, and now I'm going to switch to Agent 3000. So I'm going to come to my resource panel, and I'm going to click on Agent 3000. Well, remember that they can come in and do changes on the listing. And if just in case they made a change, I always have a way to identify that it was that way. Okay. I hope I answered you guys. Sounds good. Sounds like you guys are getting the gist. I'm opening up Agent 3000. This is an all-in-one marketing tool. We have 2 classes of everything this does for free for you. This is an incredible tool. So one of the first things that I want you to see is that we have a social media tool here. We're going to click in it. Okay, and we have one called Listing Collage Post. And it requires an MLS number that starts with A, which are listings from Miami. So I paste in that listing number, remove the items from the front. I find it. Here it is. It populates. I select. This will let me access. I do have the terms, right? Because it is okay to advertise. Accept it. I agree. And now I have access to the photos. This is linked to the IDX and the MLS. I can come in now and just select the photos that I would like to use. Create a collage. And now I can share it to Facebook or LinkedIn or Pinterest. I'm going to go ahead and share it to Facebook so you can see. Please take an Agent 3000. It's one of things you need to do. We have, I think there's one on Thursday. I don't know if it's English or Spanish. It's not with me, it's with Christy. But it's one of those tools that gives so many solutions. I'm going to offer you another way to do this. I'm sorry it's taking so long. The internet does what it does. I'm going to try this again. Let me come back in. Let me go ahead and click it one more time. If not, I'll do it to LinkedIn. We'll find a way. I just wanted you to see if this doesn't populate, this is the one that generates with an image. And the images are gorgeous. You're the one that selected the pictures, and this will showcase you, right? And it does say courtesy of and the listing brokerages. So it follows all of the rules necessary, right? And this is not advertising, this is sharing. I'm sorry that it's doing this. It might just be a little glitch. Let me go ahead and close this out again. And I'll do it to LinkedIn to see if it'll let me show it. Let's see. You see how the preview comes up? Of course, I don't sell. So that last line is for me, where you would be putting in, don't miss ever an opportunity to be a property owner. Contact me. Allow me to help you find the home of your dreams or the investment you're searching for, right? So gorgeous home in Weston, and you would post. I always like to show you the post. This is what it would look like in LinkedIn, and they would click in here. It creates a free single property website, right? It describes the property, has all of these opportunities with information, location, ways for them to get in touch with you, and then it has the courtesy of listing. You can't change the property website. This is automatically done, and it is FREE. That's all you would have to upgrade. This is an upgrade. Yes, I have an upgrade, but yours is provided for free. All right. Do you like this though? Let's see if Facebook will work. Okay. And if Facebook doesn't, it does the listing collage post that it does in Facebook is larger than the one in LinkedIn. The pictures are larger on the post. The problem with IG and TikTok is that you can't put links directly on posts, right? Um, so you would be responsible, right, for updating those. And we don't necessarily encourage. You can post links to stories, right? And you could do it that route. Okay. And I would love to switch into my cell phone, but I only have 30 more minutes and there's so much more I want to show you. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't want to play, so I'm not gonna stop that. But in the Facebook is incredible. I want to show you something else though that it does do. You can come into here and you can create a single property website, put the MLS number, select it, right? Accept, agree. The broker initiates the okay to advertise per program. So they first have to choose for the brokerage. That's why I think it was Grady's on the call was having issues when she was trying to do it because the broker has to initiate. So you see here, look, they give you a couple of templates that you can have. So this is one website. And again, this is why this is the one that you were getting, right? This is the one that you get for free from the link. And it has the courtesy of. This is free. Everything I've shown you is free. The only thing that wasn't free was that mine went to another page. But this, everything we did was free. I haven't shown you anything paid for. Yes, and Coldwell may not allow. Okay, that's their choice. Here you have another. And here's the third. The third one is usually my favorite because it has a lead capture area here that you would immediately get. So here's the information. It follows IDX rules. Okay. And it has the courtesy of. So you could copy this, right? And you could come to Facebook and paste it. And now I always like to give you options. Since it is a listing, you could put it as a story. And then remember I showed you, let me go ahead and show you my whole desktop. Hi there. Remember I put this the first time and it wasn't so great? Look here now. Here is my, I want to change the color. And I don't know that that's better, but look at my story. Yes or no? Because wouldn't you put that little last line, you pick your friendly realtor? Would you guys do that? Because don't they forget? And how many people, if you use WhatsApp, do you have that you haven't contacted, but they'll look at your story? This is the story for WhatsApp. And this is what you would do similarly for Instagram. And did you see how it pops up different than what I did from Matrix? I'm trying to show you all of your options. And we're going to go ahead and click here. And do you see the difference? Something that's just text and the image. Yes, the image always gets more attention. So I wanted you to see that you have all of this available, right? Anybody like it so far? Are you glad you came? A little bit? Oh, I appreciate you right back. I'm just teasing. Thanks, Jonathan. That's nice. So I wanted to show you as well that you could come here and with this same one, so we don't keep on looking because I showed you some of the vitals. Number one, I made it very clear that you should go into Matrix and save your searches, correct? And then let's like close out this. And then let's talk a little bit about other products. So if you haven't taken an RPR class, please do, right? And one of the things you could do with this is you could come in and you could search that same listing and create a flyer. And let's talk a little bit about this. So I'm not gonna do this right now, and let's hope that those next gen reports, I'm gonna switch to residential and let's see if it'll let me search. Oh no, that's right. I have that up. I need to go back to Matrix. I have so much open. Right, we'll use this one because it was fun. Copy and come back to RPR. We'll paste it. Let's see if it'll show up. No, it doesn't want to do listing ID. There you go. Alrighty. So what you could do here, we're going to talk about Infinity with a double Y in a minute. And that'll be my last one before we go. You can come into here, right? Click to create a report. Okay. And we can actually do a property flyer here. You can do the property flyer here. You can call it, okay, continue. Sometimes the listing agent will let you do the open house, and that means that whoever comes to the open house, if they want to buy it, that's part of yours. You have to, of course, work at that. That's your thing. You can, of course, update information here, choose the photo, uh, put the headline. You can change the description, right? You can add or remove items if you'd like. It comes personalized to you. You do this in your area up here on your profile in RPR. If you haven't taken an RPR class, please do. Realtor Property Resource is a subsidiary of the National Association of Realtors, and your membership dollars go to it. It is exclusive to realtors. It is something you should use, and they have wowed and made more of this. But what's nice about this is that you can come and actually download this, right? And it is a PDF, right, that you can share. Okay, so now you have this wonderful flyer that you can post out there. And it says here, listing courtesy of EXP. We talk, Adriana, about I need to understand a little more about what you're saying about a template like that. I'm not sure what you mean with sending them expired listing homeowners to arrange. I'd have to talk to you a little bit deeper about that. Now, what's now nice about this, I'm not sure I understood, so that's why. I'm gonna come to the reports area here and click on my reports. And notice how I have this one here, the one I just did. I could click here and I can also share it to social. And I could do Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. And here, if you like X, you can come in, share to X. And I happen to like this because it is a PDF, it's a shareable, right? But it's like new home in Weston for sale, looking to buy or invest, contact me. Now, it just came out recently that Weston is one of the most amazing places to live in the state of Florida. You could add this in and go ahead and click and have a post here. You can do this to Facebook as well. And now you have something where it's just clickable and you can share. Okay. How many of you like that? So just to make sure I'm covering everything, we were supposed to talk about, okay, to advertise for your farming area. That's what I did by showing you guys how to make sure that you can do the search for okay to advertise. And you can do it cross property to know everything. You could do it by property type. That's why I did the single family, and you can isolate it to a city, to a zip code, etc. So I want you guys to see everything that you could do, right? And now we could do a flyer like this and not just use a flyer as a PDF. Oh, I'm going to do a flyer. But um, you could go ahead and have this post to the socials. LinkedIn is something that we take for granted, which is not a social site. This is a professional site, and that is your online curriculum that we should be posting to at least 2 or 3 times a month. This is a property. This is a great thing to post out there, right? So a great idea to have that we tend to linger on. And X, formerly Twitter, is something that people have stopped looking on, and yet there are many customers that still look at it. So once in a while, you could just click over and add something that they could look at. So this is me who is just teaching social media series, reminding you not to leave some socials alone. And Facebook, just a quick reminder, the largest consumers and holders of property are boomers, and the ones helping the newer generations purchase is X. So you need to be present right where they are at, and Facebook is one of them. So you shouldn't leave that out. And posting directly to Facebook helps you with meta algorithms, right? And so once in a while, posting directly there is a good idea. So just letting you have those there and an idea for you to use this dynamic link and things that you could use. I also want to show you that this is a link, right? So if you don't want to do it that way, you could come into Facebook and paste the link, and here you have it. This is also for me incredible. Now, I'm going to answer, I'm going to go back and I want to talk a little bit about Adriana. You said something about trying to get the customer again. What about when you go to a listing presentation? You could actually create all of this and say, listing, listen, when you list with me, I'm going to promote you with all of these things and more. I do this anyway, but when it's my listing, I'm going to make sure that we put your property everywhere that we possibly can. This is to my business page. This is not my personal page. Now, when you do this, I'm going to go ahead to answer that, Julio. I'm going to go ahead and put here, right? And I'm going to go ahead and click next and post it. You know, Connie, I have 1,000 friends on my personal. I only have 500 followers on my business. Nobody wants to come to my business. They don't got it. Well, just a little tidbit of info, right? Here's a post I did. You see how I have my business here? I can swap this out and make it my personal. And now that I've done that, right, I can come in now and click to share it on my personal page and let people know on my personal page. Let me open this up to public, right? Weston Home for Sale, contact me for details. Miami members, don't miss this with your okay to advertise, right? And share it. How many of you like that? So I have to post it to my business page because those are appropriate, but now I can come to my personal page, woohoo, my family, right? And now I have this posted. So I'm following Facebook rules. This is my personal, me telling my friends, and this is what I put on my business page. So I hope I answered. I can't do it again. I'm gonna show you where I clicked on it in my business one, okay? Because I want to show you Infinity and I only have 15 minutes and I want to play there. All right, is that fair? I'm gonna come to my business page. I can't promise you guys to send the recording, but I'm gonna post it. How many of you follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel? So here's the business one, right? You see this little thing hiding down here? When it allows you to do it, you would see it here. You see it here? You would switch here and you can select any of the other pages that you manage. So it could be another business. So I switched it to my personal. And now that I'm on my personal, I can share and now I can post. Okay? I hope you like that. And that way you're following all of the Facebook rules. Okay? You like? Well, now that you know my page, I hope you follow me too. Right. All right. So let's do some other stuff. The big thing that I want to show you. To do resources. We're gonna come. First, I need to go to Matrix. Right. So let's find another property in Matrix in my mess up here. Um, let's find another one here. This one, this one. Anybody have a care? Which one do you want? This one? So we do something different. You guys are all good? You don't mind which one I do? I mean, we don't have to do Weston. This is just what came up. I choose. Oh, I'm so picky about pictures. Let's do this one. So it's 4450 Laurel Place, 4450 Laurel Place. And I can always come back and look at the address. So we're gonna open up Infinity. We have a class called AI for Realtors. So I don't want you to think, oh, she didn't tell us all this other stuff. We have AI for Realtors. We will be bringing on, and invite you to attend Rock the Market if you haven't signed up for it. It is in September 19th. Come out and join us. We hope to see you there. I'm hoping that we get to go, but you guys should be there so that you're up to date with what's happening in the industry. But They've added slowly more and more. We have AI home design. We have the ability now to do ad builder through MLS Touch. So Infinity really works well for someone who's listing, but it also has a possibility for a buyer. I don't have listings. I work here at the association. But if you had listings, you should really log in and come to my listings and claim your listings. Okay? Claim your listings. Why? Because you should. Because this is a way to view a property with a completely different insight. Why? We're so caught up on a quick video or a couple of photos or with a short description that AI can now give us a whole different perspective on how we can share listings. And a lot of people are used to working with prompts and asking AI questions, or maybe they won't ask you directly a question, but they can look at a property and ask it about the parks, ask it about where they can walk their dogs, ask it about schools, and they can have a full review of a property. And not only that, but it's just a totally different way to view it. So let's see. So I'm not a listing agent, but if you had it here, of course, anytime you touch something new, you should click in and make it yours and come to the profile area. And in the profile area, come in and put your cover, your info, your contact details, right? Okay. Click on your account, the notifications and how you'd like them, because this will tell you whenever you send something if someone's interacting with what you've sent. Okay. Right. That was that. Let's click back. This never wants to work with me. Here it is. I have to go back up. Sorry. So I came over here, right? And I'm going to talk to you about a buyer portfolio because I don't have listings. So I'm going to come in here and work as a buyer's agent. I'm going to name your buyer's portfolio. I'm going to call it interested. Okay. And I'm going to call it create. And I can search by an address or a zip code. And now I already forgot. So it's 4450 Laurel. Right, Laurel Place. Here it is. And here's the property. Okay, I want to select it. And I'm going to actually mark it done. And now it starts to load. And I have this available, right? To be able to see. I could see activity. I could preview. I could share. I could embed it. So it has an iframe. If you guys know how to use this for your website, you could copy and use it. I could share it. So you have a URL that you could copy and copy for virtual tour. You can add it to socials. Okay. So you could copy the URL. Right? You could preview for those of you that like to look before it goes out. Let me make sure that we have audio being shared with you. And I want to do an AI tour.
Hi, I'm the Infinityy AI for this property. Ask me anything by voice or text in the box in the lower left of the screen.
Okay, I can ask it a question.
This indoor area offers a flexible layout that encourages interaction, with a kitchen designed for cooking and entertaining, complemented by a dining space suitable for gatherings and casual meals. This indoor area features an open layout that connects the kitchen and dining spaces, perfect for meal preparation and entertaining, while allowing for casual and formal dining experiences. This kitchen area provides a functional layout with generous counter space for meal preparation and entertaining, efficient storage solutions, and an open design that connects to living spaces for easy interaction. This indoor area features an open layout that connects dining and kitchen spaces, facilitating easy movement and interaction, ideal for meal preparation, casual dining, and entertaining guests.
Alrighty, so I'm going to come in and say,
This indoor area offers a versatile space for relaxation and entertainment, seamlessly connecting to.
I asked if there's a park nearby.
Yes, there are several parks nearby the property at 4450 Laurel Place in Weston. Here are some options you might consider. Sawgrass Recreation Park offers thrilling airboat tours.
Where could I go for dinner?
There are several great dining options nearby that you can explore.
And then one of the reasons that I wanted to show you this, right, is that and when I saw this capability, I ran over and we work in a little tight group. There's 5 of us. Uh, we borrow someone from education that does our marketing. We have Lisette that does full-time product service marketing, and she does our calendar. And then there's the 3 of us that teach. If I'm not mistaken, when we saw this, I think I ran over and I said, can we have an okay to advertise class? Because we haven't had one of these in a while. We needed a recording anyway. And she's like, yeah, Connie, you can do whatever you want. And I'm like, okay, because I need to stay with Infinity. And the reason is that we need to be selling and promoting all properties like this because I don't know how you feel about people that are looking for property, whether it's to rent or to buy, but they'll tell you one thing and then they're searching for something else sometimes. I always give the example of when I first started to work here 11 years ago, I had a lady that was helping someone buy a property in Pinecrest. And she came back like a year and something later, and she was very upset because the customer went and worked with someone else and bought a property in Kendall. Because what she was telling her was that she wanted to live in Pinecrest, but she wanted in the vicinity. And sometimes, like, they want to come and look, and they're looking for different ways, and they want to ask questions. So you can send more than one property at a time, and this is incredible. So what I wanted you to see, I just selected one, and I wanted you to see that you could share it, and it gives you this. So you can copy, write the URL, and then you could send this to one customer, but then you could also post this. Okay. So the way to post this is I could take that URL and I could put it on an IG story. And then on that IG story, I would remind people, do you want a different view of searching for properties? I can send you a search, but would you like to interact with your property? Contact me. That would be one way. The next thing I would put is maybe you need more information. Here is a hi to assist you. And the other way is this is available 24/7. So watch. I'm going to come in and share my computer again. And you can put this, right? Let me switch to my business account. And I can come into here and paste it into Facebook. Just a way to interact. And you have a way of sharing. Yes, you can. I wasn't gonna do Spanish just yet, but you can. It tries to answer, so watch.
Showing a nearby search for supermercados, see map. Sí, hay varias escuelas cercanas a la propiedad en Caminito Weston, en 4450 Laurel Place. Aquí tienes una lista de algunas de ellas. Manatee Bay Elementary School.
Okay. And it's learning more and more. I hope I answered, right? So let me show you a couple ways. Let me go ahead and show you here as well on oh, I have an accent too. You know? So you can also put it in here, right? How many of you like that? And that's very similar to what you could do with IG. Um, Let me come back over and let me show you a gun. Want to see it again? Let's explore, right? And let's come. I don't have listings, so I'm going to do a buyer portfolio. The Republic of Miami, very good. I like that. Buyer portfolio. I actually no. Explore, buyer agent, and I'm going to put new homes, create. You might have clicked on my listings. You got to click back on explore. New homes. And let's say that I want to do 331 66. Okay, I'm in the area because I wanted you to see that there's different ways to search. I can do beds and baths. So 4, 2. Jonathan, close it out and open it up again. Whenever in doubt, right? And there's several properties here you see. So I can actually come in and click on one and add it in, add this one, and then click done. Because someone had asked if I could do several properties. I can go back, click the back button, right? And I can share. And here I can copy the direct URL of the tour. And I can share this out. And it'll be all three. Okay. So I wanted you to see, and then I can also come in and I'm going to come back to explore and I can see my buyer portfolios. All right, so I did those three here. I did the one in Weston. I have done ones before. I can click in and see activity. So of course I don't have anything, right? Okay, I could preview them. I could choose to embed them. Okay, I can share. And then I want you to see, I'm going to go ahead and put this on LinkedIn post. Of course, I do it this way, but you can ask your customers if they would prefer to view them this way, or this could be an additional benefit. Or when you're doing your listing presentation, again, you can say, not only am I going to have the property out there, I'm also going to give it this type of exposure. So I want you to leverage this as much as possible. And right now, if you need assistance because you need to post these, this is another way to feature properties. And with that, I think I've finished the class. So let's view the post so you can see it. And you click through it. And this is what I wanted so much to show you. Okay to advertise and starting with Infinity. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to get this out there as soon as possible. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. It's youtube.com/miamitrainers. I'll share it in the chat, and I hope to see you again real soon. I will be providing this class again at 11 a.m. in Spanish, and I'm hoping to get a good recording of both so I can share it out there. Thanks so much for being Miami members and for joining me. I am doing the same Zoom for Spanish. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Make it yours. I hope to see your posts out there. Take care.